We all want to protect our planet.
By polluting the oceans and destroying our biodiversity, we are killing our planet.
But over the past century, despite billions being spent in conservation efforts, we're losing. It was once thought that protected areas alone could save nature, but
we are doomed. So no matter how much we invest in protected areas, eventually they will disappear, and they are disappearing.
It really highlights the importance of moving beyond conservation towards taking active measures to protect the environment, and how people, science, and the government all intersect when we have to do that. In our attempts to do that, we need to approach it from each of these angles strategically and intelligently and precisely, because these imprecise executions that we've seen in the past lead to disastrous effects. Mexico and CONABIO have done some amazing work that is really well highlighted beautifully within this documentary that has been so effective, it's inspiring other countries to follow their lead. And I think we need to take heed and warning of a lot of what is discussed here and consider how we can apply some of these measures to our own countries.
This program, I love the idea of this three-pronged approach. We had to, with the way society has changed and advanced in certain ways, that we have to think a little beyond just conservation, and we have to take action, and engaging with government and with people and science. It's very interesting that they're saying, well, the conclusion of this is there's good business that can be had. People can actually make money and live good, sustainable lives through the environment. And business and environment do not have to be at odds with each other. And that's a cultural shift that obviously hasn't happened and still needs to happen. But yeah, no, this was a very, very good movie. It was beautifully produced. All the footage was great. Everything was beautifully shot. All the interviews were very good and were well done, informative. It was very well edited. Good use of score. But, it's good business being the title. That kind of really sums everything up. So a great job with this film. I hope it gets out there and gets seen, because it's an important message.
Such a broad, sweeping, encompassing look at the diversity of the natural environment and how stunning it is in all of its specific biospheres. Just reminding us, as I think we need every day, of the gratitude the gratitude of this planet that we live on, and the gravity of the splendor that we are harming with our human actions. And we need to protect if we don't take more firm, more progressive steps into protecting it in a focused manner. That's something we'll be missing. So I thought that the integrative model of CONABIO method was explored really clearly and succinctly, and made an excellent claim for its rational approach that is also good for business, which is a great driver of policy and a great driver of human interests. So I just thought it was a really interesting piece, and something I'm going to start referencing more, to be quite honest.
It's a really great reminder, and a really frustrating reminder about our environment right now, where it's at, where it's headed, and the fact that so many people with power are ignoring science and ignoring the realities of what we're facing and what future generations have to face. So this did really well in kind of introducing that matter again, and really kind of painting the picture of what the future would look like if we don't do anything right now. And it's one of those things too, where there's things just in motion right now, and places that have taken the step forward, like Mexico, who have done the research and the work, and they've proved that we could work without harming the economy and without harming the environment, and that there is a balance between everything. But it's just crazy that so many people ignore that and really just take bias on what they think is most important. So with things like this, these shorts and these pieces that really educate and illustrate everything. I hope more people get to see it to really bring that message to light again and again and again and again. It's so important to keep reminding people of what we have to do still to maintain a better future for generations to come. So in that sense, really great job on editing and putting everything together. It was really informational. It proved so many things that do work, and it showed a future where what would happen if we don't do things now. So overall, really great job with putting everything
That
together.
was very informative and interesting documentary. It's inspiring to see that somebody's actually able to make this idea of conservation work in community with business and government, and actually have a system that can bring about a cooperation with all the different competing factions. I didn't know that there was a jurisdiction that was making this happen, so I was happy to be exposed to an organization like CONABIO, and hopefully their success can become infectious. God knows we need something to work in our favor in these days. So I thought it was well done. I found it extremely educational and informative. And it wasn't often something with a lot of facts and information like this is fairly dry, and I didn't find that with this thing. It moved well. I think the sound track was played a good part in that. Kept it dynamic and moving. The shots that were included were well selected and very well paced out through the telling of the story of this organization, and I thought that the whole overall shape of it was very well planned out and well executed. Great images, great narration, really timely and well placed interviews and interventions by different people involved. So well done, well constructed documentary, and hopefully it inspires more people.
It definitely struck a chord with me because it really, that connect between how Mexico is handling issues of environment and how America has been dealing with issues of environment. Living in America, that's one of the things that I've always, growing up, have noticed. We've unfortunately made the environment very corporate, in the sense of, while everyone should do their part to take care of the environment, the way we've tackled it here is that it is solely the individual's responsibility, when most of our issues come from the fact that it's good business to tear down the environment. And it's that mindset that creates such a concerning future for this world. And I believe that this documentary showed a very good solution to it, rather than sacrificing what we have with the justification of, as the former president said, saving a little. I think it would be much more beneficial working hand in hand with the environment, if instead of this disconnect of like environment or business, if we could have environment and business. I think that's what the documentary is trying to put across. We don't need this opposition. there is a way to have our cake and eat it too, and hopefully we realize that before it's too late.
It's really done its job when you're wondering by the end of it why what they are trying to educate you on isn't just commonly known everywhere, and it seems like such a logical solution to what is a global and very human problem. I think that the editing of this film and the narration especially really communicated the problem that there is a divide between government, people, and environmentalism that is quite literally causing global destruction, which sounds insane, but the way that they express their message is very logical and very accessible to the average viewer. I definitely learned a lot, but it also filled in a lot of blanks for me, and I look forward to using what I've learned in this documentary the next time I'm at a party and someone brings up something I disagree with. I will point them towards this film because I think that everybody can learn something from It's Good Business, for sure.